Today I want to talk about my speech, which is about the U.S. Iran conflict in 2020 and how it affects us right now. Because in my opinion, I feel like it does affect us in many ways, even to this day, right now, as I speak. So there's been to get it into a little brief, little detail or summary. We've had tension with Iran for the longest amount of time, but this last year, I think everybody there was a scare. There was a genuine scare, at least for people, as we all thought we were ready to head into war and stuff. So that's one thing I really think that if you remember, at least if y'all remember, uh, a year ago, like about a year ago, we killed Iran's leader Soleimani, and everybody got scared. But obviously, because of COVID, how I said it, I think COVID affected everybody worldwide, and it made us forget about some stuff. But that stuff didn't go away, obviously, and that's why I chose this topic to talk about. From the CIA, from and oh my bad. There's been tension with Iran since 1951, so very long time. And I wanted to get into some points of what led to all this tension, because this isn't something new. We've had tension with them for the longest, but it does affect us to this day. From the CIA overthrowing Iran's democracy, the Iran hostage crisis, Reagan declaring Iran a promoter of terrorism, which did happen, the Iran Contra affair, which we ended up helping Iran, and then blah blah blah. They started arguing, and obviously last year the U.S. killing Soleimani, which is what led for what we know right now was what almost caused the war. So I want to get into the CIA overthrowing Iran's democracy in 1951. So we didn't actually know this until in 2013 when the CIA came out with some documents revealing this that they actually did this. They helped overthrow Iran's democracy. So pretty much, I'm gonna give you a quick run through of what happened. Was Iran was they have been ruled by dictatorship for the longest, and they wanted to change. The people of Iran wanted a change, so they were about to get change with the democracy, which obviously for the people it's very good, but not for us. So in 2013, the CIA came out with this document saying that they helped overthrow the democracy, pretty much to put a dictator in power, if you could say it like that. Now, why did they do this? Well, because Iran, after becoming a democracy, they were planning on nationalizing the U.S., the oil and gas industry. And obviously, this for us and the business and the economy was not a good thing, as it wouldn't put us out, but it will make everything way more expensive for sure. So the U.S. did all this by bribing the leaders, politicians in Iran, and propaganda to help put the other leader in power. And and the other leader, actually his name is Mohammed Pahlavi. He served 25 years, which is, when you think about it, a dictatorship. And now the U.S. prevented, and that's how the U.S. prevented Iran from a democracy. Now another big one, and I remember learning about this in history class, was the Iran hostage crisis, which was Iranian students pretty much storming into the U.S. embassy in Iran and keeping hostages for 444 days. That's insane. That's a year and a month, like a year and almost 2 months, which I can't. If the I don't know, that's crazy to me. I feel like the U.S. should have intervened. They didn't intervene though. But pretty much what happened there, Iran's leader had cancer. He came to the U.S. and he was getting treated for cancer over here. The Iranians were pissed off, obviously, because he was a very bad guy. So they wanted him to go to be extradited back to Iran to serve for crimes against humanity. But he obviously they didn't end up sending him back. He ended up dying eventually, I believe, in somewhere in Africa, in Morocco, I believe. He ended up dying eventually, and after that event, the U.S. ended up canceling or pretty much shutting down all diplomatic ties with Iran for a little bit of time, but eventually the Iran Contra affair came back into play, and obviously we ended up helping them with guns and stuff, but I won't get into much. So what I want to get into is how does this affect us right now, or all these actions. Well, all these actions that I just named, a couple, I named two, but there's many more. It brought a lot of tension. So the tension was always there. And now people say Iran is a country that's very misunderstood, I would say. As it's a very, people say it's actually a good country. Just the people running it is what sets it off. Cuz they have some of the smartest people there, very smart, and that's all I can say. I mean, just the government hasn't been very good in that country, but tension has always been there. Now, last year, obviously, the World War III scare um, is what set off a lot of stuff. But obviously, with COVID going on, we all ended up forgetting about it. And how does it affect us right now? Well, it does affect everything in life. From our economy got affected by this. Our economy for sure got affected by this. The oil industry got affected by this. The even to the simplest thing as I could say, natural gas manufacturers, a bunch of stuff got affected. Pretty much, to keep it simple, the economy, and to me, the world runs on economy. If there's no economy, it can't run. So that's why I was scared, at least. And I wanted to get into this topic because obviously I feel like we all forgot about it. We know it's there, but we just forgot about it. And I actually enjoyed this topic very much. And that's why I chose it. Thank you.